back. The coronavirus pandemic has added another challenge for high school student athletes. With limited competitions and restricted travel for recruiters, athletes are struggling to demonstrate their skills. In tonight's special report, KION's Jonathan Sarabia tells us how students at One Salinas High School are adapting.
Corinne Sargenti is a senior at Notre Dame High School. She began to play softball at 10 years old and typically practices every day. She saw softball as an opportunity to get recognized by a college and receive scholarships. She says the pandemic made her realize she had to take a step back and look into schools that align more with her academic pursuits.
COVID's definitely impacted it. For me personally, the recruiting side took a really big hit with the pandemic. So I essentially lost connection with some of my coaches that I was talking to. And it was hard for a little bit, and you realize at that point, like, okay, well, maybe this dream isn't going to happen.
Aaliyah Hui Martinez is also a senior and plays volleyball. She began to play at the age of 9. When she first stepped foot on the court, she realized she wanted to play professionally. She wanted to follow her mom's footsteps and play volleyball at the University of Hawaii. But the pandemic has made her change her perspective and be open to other possibilities.
Going from talking to colleges and coaches to them saying like, oh, like our seniors are coming back, so we don't really have a roster opening for you, but we hope that, you find a good college for you. It's just like, it's devastating because I put in like all this hard work and stuff.
But just like high school seniors, juniors are also feeling the same. Madison Kirk plays lacrosse. Her freshman year of high school, she told herself she was willing to go to any college as long as she was able to play lacrosse. She says she feels the option to pursue both athletics and academics has been taken away from her without an option.
I feel torn. I feel like my heart was torn in two. I love this sport so much, and then you just watch something get taken away from you that you worked so hard for, and that really hurts.
Many high school athletes are having to keep their options open when it comes to colleges. Like Victoria Ray, she began to play softball when she was 6. She says softball is her passion, but with COVID, she doesn't have any particular college in mind anymore. Like other student athletes, she's taking other alternatives, hoping it will open doors.
We have live streams so that colleges can go and watch us. And then we use our social media, such as I use Twitter, and I make sure to put videos of me practicing, working out, clips from my games, just so I can have more colleges come and look at me. It's definitely a new way for having colleges to see me.
Despite many students facing the similar challenge, there are some who are able to secure a spot. Samantha Rocha is also a junior and plays softball. She says she's been active by reaching out to coaches and sending out reels. Her work paid off after receiving an offer to play for Chico State. But she says the recruitment process was still difficult to manage.
And it was more stressful having to balance everything and wondering, is this college looking at me? Are they interested? Are they not? Because there's only limited interaction you could have with them.
CSUMB Athletic Director Kirby Gary says the NCAA has a logjam of student athletes, with some athletes debating whether to extend their graduation timeline, meaning less roster spots and scholarships. But he says coaches are continuing to interact with potential recruits behind a screen via email or Zoom. He encourages student athletes to not give up, be proactive, and remain patient.
And I know coaches really like to see in-person full game footage, but I think if there's any way to get coaches' attention, video clips that everybody has a camera in their hand these days with phones, any ability to show themselves off, to get awareness, exposure, I would encourage it.